Hello, everyone, and welcome to the next session of From Nothing, Milos' story. Now, there is a potential for this session to be a little shorter than the other ones. Not guaranteed, but we will find out. So, when we last left off, it was 11:10 in the evening during your fall festival. You have 50 minutes left in your fall festival, and we are in the last hour where things are getting dicey and scary.
Yeah, very.
The monsters are harder. The contractors that remain are tougher. There are chances for encounters to be remarkable, and you do still have a couple bosses left on the field that you might have to deal with. So,
Very possible.
for the next 10 minutes, how does Milos and his crew decide to handle it?
So we just switched armor so that Stoic would not be in his undershirt. And I think that we're gonna play cautious and see if we can find a good place to just stay out of the way for the
Okay,
next 10 minutes, or try to.
fair enough. One moment here. Okay, let's pull you guys up. Okay, so what I require from you and your group, you're looking for a place to hide, at least to get out of the way. I'm going to need a survival and a stealth.
Okay.
You don't have
Here,
to necessarily be the one to roll either.
well, Milos is at disadvantage.
Mm-hmm.
He is proficient in survival. Is anybody else proficient?
Let's see.
So Sabratha has pretty good wisdom.
Sabratha has pretty good wisdom. Callie is proficient in survival.
I'm gonna ask Callie to take the lead on survival then, and I'm gonna ask Skulna to take the lead on stealth for obvious reasons.
Callie kind of rolls her shoulders and says, "All right, then, let's see what I can do." And she begins to creep along under Skulna's guidance.
Can I assist her?
Are you proficient in survival?
Yes.
Then yes.
Okay.
She will roll with advantage. Which is good, because I rolled a 3 and then a 15. So, now Skulna's going to roll the stealth for your party. She rolls a 19. Okay. Yeah. With the two of them working together, your group manages to creep their way through narrow alleys until they find what looks like the basement underneath, maybe it's a tailor, is open. The cellar door is hard to spot. Callie finds it. She creaks it open and she gestures, "Here's the best place, let's go."
All right. It's not exactly a rest, but it's a little bit of a breather anyway.
So your group kind of files down underneath this tailor shop in the basement, which is full of all sorts of bolts of linen and supplies. Everything's kind of tucked out of the way. It seems as though everything's locked down in preparation for the fall festival. But there are lots of scrap fabric just laying around. You have 10 minutes. Whilst you're during this 10 minutes, I'm going to ask you for a perception roll.
Yes. All right.
Okay. Hold on. Your team is quiet. Everyone is solemn. And you see that Stoic looks nervous. He looks antsy, anxious. It's clear that he's not without his armor much. And even though he's wearing your armor, it's clear that
Yeah.
he just looks uncomfortable. He's kind of seated on a barrel in the corner with his greatsword across his lap. Just his leg is bouncing as he's nervous. Is there anything you'd like to try to accomplish over these 10 minutes?
Um, Milos, I think I don't want to use the word pep talk, uh, but basically just try to be vaguely, just sort of gently encouraging, like, not much longer. We're doing good. Gonna be all right.
Roll me a charisma check.
Okay. Is this also a disadvantage?
You are exhausted, so yes.
All right. Dang. Oh no.
Okay. So after like the first couple sentences, Skolna looks at you and just goes, "Shh."
Right. Sorry.
So, with that not rolling so well, unfortunately.
Milos tried.
Yeah. Over the next 10 minutes, fortunately, your stealth rolls were good enough, and your terrible perception was not a detriment because nothing seems to find you. However, after 10 minutes have passed, you begin to hear many footsteps around the far side of your hiding place, and you may need to find a new one.
Yeah, I think we need to find another place to lie low.
So, if you're going to keep trying to hide, I need another set of survival and stealth rolls. So, hold on. Callie will roll your survival. Okay. And then a stealth from Skolna. It is while you are making your way to the next hiding place.
I do want to, while they were still in the previous hiding place, I do want to have cast false life on myself.
Okay. That is fine.
Because, you know.
Yes.
You know why.
I do know why.
Okay.
I need you to roll me a d6. Okay. Hold on. One moment, please. Goodness gracious. Please work with me here, Foundry. Okay. I need you to roll me perception, please. Your whole party. So go ahead and roll, and I'll roll for your allies.
Yes. Milos's dice are failing him right now.
Yeah.
I mean, even if that weren't at disadvantage, it would have been a failure.
Okay, so here is what happens.
Oh no.
As Callie is leading the way, Stoic's not so quiet. The anxiety is seeming to get to him, and his greatsword keeps scraping off of walls. Despite Skolna's attempted assistance, it's just too loud. And as you're making your way through an alley, you are found. Hold on. What is this? Okay.
I don't know, what is it?
There we go. As you're making your way through this alley, suddenly, Milos, you watch as an ambush drake launches itself from this rooftop to Sabratha.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Ambushed by ambush drake.
That is what they do.
That's what they do.
Hold on a minute. As that happens, the ambush drake leaps forward. We'll see if it even hits her. It does, with a natural 20.
Ooh.
As it flies towards Sabratha, you watch as it locks its teeth into her, and she curses. "You foul beast!" And she's going to take some damage. She takes 8 points of piercing damage. Okay. Then this one, you watch, another one leaps from the roof down onto Skolna's back.
Eh.
But it fails to hit with a 15. Another drops from the roof down onto Stoic, attempting to bite him. It hits. His AC is much worse.
Lower. Yeah.
Stoic takes 6 points of piercing damage. This ambush drake suddenly drops behind you and is going to try and pounce onto you, Milos. But a natural 1 cannot hit.
Oh, good.
And then finally, this ambush drake leaps forward, pouncing onto Callie. Get off the roof. Okay. And it does hit her with a 20. But only deals 2 points of piercing damage. Okay. But on that moment now, their surprise round over. I need you and your team to roll initiative.
Oh, Milos with another natural 1.
Well, that's how it goes. It
Yep,
is
that's how
Skolna's
it goes.
turn. What would you like Skolna to do?
Um,
I'm going to be asking you that question a lot in this last hour, so...
Sure. Can she... Can she get sneak attack on any of these guys?
Right now, she could sneak attack this one, this one, this one, or this one if she can get to them.
Okay. Can she bonus action disengage from the one that is on her?
Easily.
And then get... how high is this roof?
10 feet.
Can she get up there?
With an athletics check.
Yeah, I'm gonna have her athletics up to the roof and then hit the one that got Stoic.
She fails the athletics check with a 4, so she
Damn.
tries to climb up and fails, wasting 10 feet of her movement, and lands on this wagon behind that one.
Well, fine. Can she... Well, I can't just have her... Let's stop fucking around with the movement and just take sneak attack on the one that got Stoic.
Okay, she'll step away from that. We're still disengaged, and we'll use her short bow. That's an 11 to hit, which does not hit.
Damn. Okay.
That is her turn.
The dice are what they are. So.
Yes. This drake's going to chase after her. He's going to try to bite her again. That's a 6 to hit. It does not hit. Next ambush drake's turn. This one's going to attack Stoic again. That is a 15 to hit, which does hit his current AC of 13.
Yeah. How's he looking? I mean, none of us are looking great.
He falls unconscious.
Shit, okay.
He had 5 hit points. It deals 6 points of damage to him. He slumps over.
Mm.
It's now Sabratha's turn. Sabratha, what would you like Sabratha to do?
How is she on spell slot?
She has 1 first level spell slot.
But Stoic is unconscious next to her. So I think I have to ask her to heal him.
Okay.
Unless she... Does she still have her potion?
That's up to you.
I think she might still have her potion, because I don't remember her using it.
I need to be sure that... Please keep track of your resource usage. I am not doing it.
I know. I have my notes here, and I think she's the only one who didn't use her potion.
Okay. So she can action feed him a potion. She can cure wounds him.
I'm gonna say action feed him that potion.
Okay. And he's back up with 10 hit points.
I don't know if she has a useful bonus action. Probably not. Not
she
really,
could spend a spell slot, but that's it, really.
Nah. So I think that's that.
Okay.
But it'll keep Stoic from doing death saves, so I think that was a good call.
Okay, this ambush drake is going to attack Sabratha. A 9 does not hit her. It's now Stoic's turn. He stands up. I'm asking you what he does.
Stab that drake.
Okay, he swings the great sword, which is at a -1 damage. It's a 25 to hit, which certainly hits. So let's roll damage. That's 15 points of slashing damage to this ambush drake. Okay. I'm going to see if he has any bonus actions he can do, but I don't think so. Well, none that are particularly helpful, but he does have a spell slot.
I'd save that.
All right.
We might need it. Or you
might
need it. I mean.
It's now Callie's turn. Callie has 2 ambush drakes within melee of her. What does she do?
I'd like Callie to get the hell out of there. Disengage.
Okay. She's going to try and climb up the roof?
Yeah.
Okay.
The best way to get out of immediate.
DC is 10. She rolled an 11. She climbs up onto the roof.
Okay,
and
great.
She gets some distance. And that's her turn. This ambush drake on you, Milos, is going to try and get you again. That's a 10 to hit.
Does not hit me currently.
Okay.
Because of the shield.
Yeah. This ambush drake, I'm going to say it will go and close the distance with Sabratha and try and attack her. It rolls a natural 1. Okay, this ambush drake on Sabratha. The other one is going to try and attack her again. That's a natural 19 to hit.
Woof.
Sabratha takes 6 points of piercing damage. Sabratha falls unconscious. Milos.
Okay. Well, Milos has no potions. He has no healing spells. So I don't think there's much that he can do to help Sabratha right at this moment. So he is going... Wait. Sabratha had Death Ward?
Did she still have it?
Yes. The
Then
only one...
She's not unconscious. She is
the Stoic and Milos have both used their Death Ward, but the others are still...
Okay, then Sabratha's still up.
At, 1, but... Okay. Okay. So, Milos is going to cast Shadow Blade with his bonus action.
You now have a shadowy dagger in your hand.
And he's going to stab the one that has been attacking him.
Okay.
with it.
Roll your attack.
Let me just... Right, I forgot. That's right. His shadow blade is actually a shadow hammer. Forgot about that.
Okay.
That was our color.
Yes. That hits. Go ahead and roll damage. 2d8 plus strength, I think. 18 points of damage.
Yeah.
The hammer slams into the ambush drake, almost slaying it in one hit.
All right. Okay. And I'm not going to move. I'm going to stay where I am.
Okay, so now Skolna's turn. Skolna has an ambush drake in melee with her. She's going to disengage, I think.
Yes.
Okay.
Disengage. And
try and get on the roof again? Or something else?
I'm going to say try to get on the roof again. It's not that hard a DC, and she's usually pretty good.
Okay, she rolls a 10. She gets up on the roof.
Okay. Sabratha has 2 on her now.
Yes.
Can she get sneak attack on this one?
Yes. She'll run over and loose an arrow at it. That is a 17 to hit, which certainly hits. Let me roll damage. She deals 15 points of damage to this drake. Okay. She has a little bit more movement. She'll just step back here, and that's it.
Yeah.
Next. The ambush drake is going to try and follow her. Let me roll its athletics. It rolls a 7, so it fails. Instead, it will turn and go after... Let me roll. You, Milos. And it's going to bite you. Milos, that is a 20 to hit you.
Yeah, that hits.
You take 7 points of piercing damage.
Okay. I need to roll a concentration check. So,
DC is 10.
Save.
Yep, this is successful.
Okay,
all right.
Blade's still up. Or hammer's still up.
This one is going to try and bite Stoic again. That's a 9 to hit, which does not hit Stoic. Sabratha is in dire straits.
Yeah.
I think she's going to cure herself.
That's a good use of that last spell slot.
She heals herself for 9. Okay. She still finds herself surrounded, but her guard is up, and that's her turn.
Yeah.
This ambush drake is going to try and bite Sabratha. It misses with a 12. It's now Stoic's turn. I assume Stoic's going to try and hit the same one, or do you have another plan?
No, hit the same one. Try to kill it.
Okay, he swings the greatsword at it. Yeah, that's a 19 to hit, which certainly hits. Let me roll damage. Yeah. He deals 14 points of slashing damage to that ambush drake. It is slain. He's still in melee, though. He will bonus action grab a totem.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
Let me see. Okay, hold on while I roll. It was a fake totem.
I'll add another fake totem to Stoic.
It's now Callie's turn. Callie, let's see. She has a first and a second level spell slot, but I assume we're sticking to cantrips right now.
Yeah.
Okay. She will step up. She sees this one is extremely injured and is still harassing Sabratha. is going to throw her firebolt at that one. Natural 20.
That's my girl.
The firebolt dealing 19 points of fire damage, slaying that ambush drake immediately. And fuck you, she says as she steps back on the roof. That's her turn. This ambush drake is going to try and bite you again. Milos. That's 3 on the die, so don't worry about it. The next ambush drake is going to try and bite Sabratha. That is a 16 to hit, which just misses. Milos, you're up.
Milos is going to hit the one that he already hit.
Okay.
Or he's going to try to hit the one that he already hit with his Shadow Hammer.
Go ahead. A 14 hits.
Oh, that's lucky.
Your AC is 13. You slay this one.
Okay. Right, well, I'm still in melee with the other one, so I don't go anywhere.
Mm-hmm.
So that's my turn.
Would you like to bonus action grab a totem?
Oh, yes!
Glad I could help. One moment.
Sorry, I totally thought about it when it was Stoic's turn, but not when it was my turn.
You grab a fake totem.
Okay. I'll add another fake to Milo.
Let me mark. Now that I have more creatures, I need to mark which one has already been looted.
Yeah.
Okay. Skullna's turn. Skullna is free of danger for the moment and is going to run up this way. No, she's not. She's going to hide first. She wants to try and get an advantage.
Yeah.
And then which one is she going to attack? The one on you or Sabratha?
The one on Sabratha.
Okay, she rolled...
Sabratha looks worse than me.
She rolled a 26.
I guess she... Okay.
So she will attack with advantage. A good thing, too. That's a 14 to hit, which does hit. Damage is rendering. That's 10 plus... Okay. Wow. She deals 11 points of piercing damage.
Aw.
Yeah. That's how it goes. But she does hit, and then she will step back. The ambush drake on you is going to try and bite you again. Roll the 2 on the die, so don't worry about it. Sabratha, suddenly a lot of the pressure is off of her. She will slash with her dirk. The one in melee with her. And she will hit with a 17, rolling damage. She deals 6 points of piercing damage to this drake. And then she will reach to the other drake and grab its totem. Okay. And it also was a fake totem.
Okay.
I'm gonna get all of them one by one, it seems.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, this one needs to be removed from combatant. It's now Stoic's turn. He's going to swing... Yeah, he doesn't even need to move. He just swings at the other one.
Yeah.
That is a 13 to hit, which just hits their AC. Okay, yeah, you can't roll that dice. Okay, he deals 9 points of slashing damage. And now he's going to run around and flank it. Callie's turn. What do you have Callie do?
Throw a firebolt at this one.
Okay, she runs to get an angle. Casts a firebolt. That's a 20 to hit. 9 points of fire damage. It is slain. Okay. Milos, you're up next.
Okay, he's gonna attack the one that Stoic is flanking.
The last one. Go ahead.
Oh,
You have advantage.
yeah.
That hits. You kill it.
Oh,
All right. As you survive the encounter, you survive the ambush. You go ahead and gather one more fake totem and one more real totem.
I'm gonna give the real one to Sabratha, and add the fake to Callie.
Okay. At the end of the encounter, we are going to go ahead and dive back into trying to get to a safer place.
I'm gonna cast False Life on myself again.
Good call. Let's see.
I am now. I have one spell slot left if I use Shadow Blade.
As you are moving, Stoic turns to you and he says, "Why have you not used that earlier? That was very impressive."
Thanks. I was trying to. I was trying to conserve it for an emergency.
Stoic puts a hand on your shoulder and he says, "At this point, everything is an emergency.
Yeah.
Let's move."
You are not wrong.
As you get away from the docks, you survived another 10 minutes. There's only 30 minutes left in the Fall Festival. And it is eerily quiet. And this is the wrong music for how eerily quiet it is.
There we go. Gotta make it spookier.
Yes. So, you keep trying to hide, I assume, unless you have another plan.
Definitely gonna keep trying to. We're coming to the very end of our resources here, so.
Okay.
Definitely just trying to limp to the finish.
I'm gonna roll survival again at advantage because of your aid for Callie. And then Skulna is going to lead the party in stealth. This time she comes up to Stoic and she says, "Shh, trust me." And Stoic says, "I am doing my best." And she says, "That was too loud."
Oh.
But Skulna rolled a natural 20 on stealth. So, as you follow Callie through the alleys, she has a hard time finding any place that's a real secure place. But with the natural 20 on stealth, you hear other parties moving. You hear Ulrich fighting and the occasional gunshot coming from him. But you don't have any encounters. You manage to avoid observers, and at one point it's extremely tense as you and your group are peering out from a narrow alley at a fight going on between contractors that seems to make its way down the whole street.
That was terrifying.
Callie says, "Aye, that was fucking close." And then there's only 20 minutes left in the Fall Festival. Gotta roll some more. Hold on.
Yeah.
Callie rolls a natural 20 on survival.
Yeah.
Okay, hold on. I gotta roll stuff. It's good. It's not a natural 20, but it's good. So let me roll one of these. All right. Your group manages to find up what looks like Callie leads the way behind the city hall section in the plaza, where there is a stable. It is empty of horses, but your party holes up in the horse stalls, where the hay seems to help dampen the noise of Stoic's scale mail, and all of you are just hunkered around in this tiny stall. Roll me a perception, please. And Sabratha will roll it as well. She rolled a 19. You rolled a 19 and a 2. Okay.
That is true.
Uh,
Milos is very tired.
yeah. It's been a long day on top of being exhausted.
Yeah.
As you hole up, listening to the fights, the tenseness, just the shouting going on in the streets around you, this nook is quiet. No one seems to come back here, and you imagine it's likely a little too small for even Ulrich to get back here. But as you listen and wait, you manage to buy a little more time. There's only 10 minutes left in your fall festival. 10 minutes before the bell rings, 10 minutes before it's all over. Your party is anxious. I'm going to roll survival unless you have another plan.
No, I don't have another plan.
Okay. Callie rolls an 18 on survival. Stolen stealth is a natural 19. There's only a couple entities on the field that even could potentially see that stealth. Okay. For the last 10 minutes, you and your party move away from those stables as it was just getting a little bit too dicey, and you get up into the East Park. Hiding amongst the trees. It's almost quietly peaceful out here. You can even see the chapel gate, the entry to the Fall Festival and where everything originated from and likely will end at. Roll me a D100.
42.
Just towards the end of the battle, just towards the end of the Fall Festival, there's only seconds left, and just when you think you're about to get free and loose and everything's over, suddenly a battle takes place in front of the chapel gate, and you see a contracting team is slamming Ulrich. But he is slamming back, and you watch as his giant hammer fist bashes into one of the contractors, and he is just sent flying down the street until he lands prone in front of your team. You are still undetected, and as this fight is happening, you have an opportunity if you'd like to try and pull something sneaky.
Is the guy who just flew through the air, does he have totems on?
Yeah, he does. He has 3 totems on his neck.
Kind of want to... Hey, Golna, do you want to sneak over there and see if you can get those
Skolna
tokens?
glances over, and she looks down the street. Okay.
Risky.
It's worth it. And she slips out of the tree. As she makes her way down across the street, you know what? I'm going to ask you to roll for Skolna.
Okay.
So, she has a +9 to her stealth.
Okay.
Please roll me a d20 plus 9. 21. Okay. That's pretty good. The contractor that she approaches is prone and not moving. It's clear he's likely unconscious or is making death saves. As Skolna gets to his body, in the dark, in the shadows, you almost can't even see her as she's doing this. I need you to roll me sleight of hand. Her sleight of hand is also +9. 14.
Not great.
Hold on. Okay. So it turns out the contractor that was prone was merely dazed from the hit, and as he stirs awake, Skolna has the totems in her hand. I'm going to make a roll. As she plucks the totem from around his neck, you hear him say, "Wait, what?" And then he vanishes. And Skolna looks up at you with the totem in hand. and you hear Ulrich, as he is currently in the middle of making a melee attack against another contractor, and they vanish. Huh? Just turn
Oh shit.
in confusion. And Skolna runs into the trees. However, before you hear a gunshot ring out, Skolna manages to dodge the blast as it hits the dirt behind her. Ding, 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 ding. There's a bell sounding above the chapel gate, and as quickly as it happens, Ulrich stops his attacks.
Ulrich's
And
so disappointed.
yes.
Like, oh.
As that happens, the Fall Festival is over. It is... Okay, so these barriers around the city suddenly drop. And there is just cheerful music that suddenly is playing. It was probably playing the whole time. But now you can hear it as the festival ends and there is just cheering. And people are running in from the sidelines, all sorts of civilians from around the town, people from not here, people that are clearly not of Ferrum, run out. And you and your group who are currently hidden in the trees, suddenly civilians are at the base of your tree going, "Yeah, that was awesome!" They're all like shouting at you, like in praise, and Stoic up next to you is like, "I did not expect this."
Me neither. I guess we should, get down.
Your party slowly, tenderly climbs their
like,
way down.
Like staggering, like beat to shit.
As you and your group make your way out of this section, you can hear like announcements happening over the chapel gate. It sounds like it's Tabernacle speaking, but you can't quite hear it over just the din of people excited around you. Eventually, as you get over to the chapel gate where all that happened, you just see so many instructors and other students that are just around. Ones that didn't look like they took part in the festival, but then suddenly next to you, you recognize a dark elf, Elise. And she just is standing next to you and she says, "You did very well. You made it to the end."
Yeah, wasn't sure that was going to happen there for a bit at the end.
She nods and she smirks and she says, "There were definitely some close moments, yes, but what matters is that you've made it. Go and report to Persh at the receptions table there and hand in your totems to see how close you are to maybe even winning the whole thing."
Oh, God, all right.
As you get over there, and it is still just crazy amounts of people. It's like pushing through a crowd.
Yeah.
But it's clear who was in the Fall Festival, as there are contractors making their way toward this chapel gate. You see they are just beat to hell.
Everybody who made it is just freaking
yes. Everyone
cry.
is. Yeah, everyone's very hurting and in various states of just pain. Everyone also just looks exhausted. But there is kind of this, like, it's almost like everyone has the same look of completing this trial.
The end of the marathon.
Yes.
Whew.
And I've lost the song that was supposed to be playing. Hold on. Is this it? It'll do. So, as you arrive in the actual front of the chapel gate and you see Persh with the stand, he looks at you and he says, "Team Milos. All right, hand up your totems. We'll see what you've got."
All right. So Milos gathers up the totems from everyone. So Stoic had 6 real and 4 fake totems. Sabratha had 6 fake and 3 real totems.
Okay.
Kelly had 4 real and 4 fake. Skulna had our real plus 4 fakes and 3 other real ones.
Okay, so how many is this already?
Hang on, let me count. Because I was keeping everybody's total, but I wasn't keeping a group total.
Right.
So
Okay.
just one sec. So 6 real plus 4 real is 10 plus 3 real is 13 plus another 3 real is 16 plus another 3 real is 19 plus Maxwell's blue totem,
Which was 5.
which was 5, so 24, and then there's the fake ones.
Okay. With 24 totems being your
Oh, and
final-
ours. So
That
25.
doesn't count. That doesn't count.
Oh, okay, so 24.
24 real totems as Persh is counting them out, and he sees Maxwell's, and he just kind of smirks and sets that one to the side. Milos, you were very close. Unfortunately, the number to beat was 26. That was the most we've seen. But you put in a mighty fine offer.
I still feel pretty good about that. I really do.
You should. And he smiles and sets them to the side, and he says, but for finishing the Fall Festival, he sets a pouch in front of you, and then another pouch in front of your other team members. Each of you have earned 150 gold.
Yay! Oh, that's very nice.
Yeah, a little bit of a recompense for the amount of potions you all might have bought and spent.
Yeah.
Now, the rest of the students are all in the Merry Guard, so why don't you go get yourself a drink and relax a little bit, and get yourselves patched up at the hands of Treat. He's waiting for you.
Yeah, that's very good. Definitely need that. Yes. Right, so just add 150 gold. No, I don't want to convert my currency. I want to add to it.
Yes, and add more, don't change it. That's not right. What the heck? I'm sorry. That's not the right one. That's the wrong team.
Whoops.
Okay, so...
Sorry, orange looking at my hand.
No worries. Sure enough, as you enter the tavern, the Merry Guard, you see Treat, who is tending to many other students that are just looking absolutely worse for wear. You see Dog is, like, seated against the wall, and when you enter, she just kind of, like, waves at you, and she says, "You look better than me."
Well, it was close.
Yeah. Still. She looks a little, like,
Yeah.
maybe a little salty.
Yeah.
But it looks like she's trying to be a good sport about it.
That is absolutely fair.
But she does then smile and she says, "At least one of the warlocks made it to the end."
That's true. I owe you a drink.
Yes, you do. And not of blood.
No, I meant, you know, the other kind.
Right, that would be good. And then she, like, stands up and she holds her hand out for you to shake.
Milos shakes her hand.
Ow.
Sorry.
It's not your fault. I used the wrong hand. And you see that there is, like, bandaging up her wrist, and she just, like, shakes it off.
Been
and
a
she's...
day.
Yes. And she goes off to find her team. As you and your team are in here and basically in the process of recovery, you see the cleric instructor Treat looks at you all. You all look like you've been through the ringer. I'll tend to each of you. Just have a seat.
Thanks. That sounds really accurate.
And so now I have a question for you, Sal. As Milos and his team are getting patched up by Treat, what's going through Milos' head?
He is proud that the team made it through. He's a little surprised. Like it's not 100% real to him that they were successful. Like he's sort of waiting for the other shoe to drop, but it's not going to because it's over. But he definitely feels good about how the team worked together, and he feels good about having kind of successfully protected them, led them through the night, even though he was fucking wiped.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say he's disappointed that he didn't win because he didn't expect to. Like, it would have been really cool if he won, and he feels good about, like, how close it was.
Yeah. Okay. As you're thinking about this, about successfully protecting your team and leading them through it, I'd like you to make a charisma saving throw. Okay. With a 7, suddenly it's those thoughts that seem to swell up around you, and it's quiet. You're no longer aware of the noises of the tavern around you. You're kind of absent-mindedly watching as Treat cures the wounds of Stoic next to you. And as you're lost in thought, your memories drift back to the earth plane of looking down at a pool of mercury, this quicksilver substance that seems as though it could be so dangerous to you, but is yet so beautiful, and you are both protecting and protected by the spirit on your shoulder. And as you're thinking about it, you hear, "It is moments like these that a leader can relish, when their orders protect those that follow them. But remember, your orders can also lead to those lives being spent. What matters is that they are spent wisely. I know you have the fortitude to make these decisions. You have shown it to me. Whether you see it or not, you will have to be honest with yourself. Do you have that in you, Milos?"
Be honest with myself? I can try.
It does not matter who you lie to, who you tell the truth to. What only matters is that you are honest with yourself. Well done. And then your vision refocuses, and you watch as old Stoic is wincing as the cure wounds, like you can hear a rib back into place, and Stoic says, "Easy." And Treat says, "Quit whining, you big lummox. What happened to your armor?" And Stoic just scowls up at him. "Oh, well, what did happen to my armor? Perhaps some of these monsters you had in this festival fucking ate it off my back." And Treat says, "Oh, well, bad luck."
Yeah, it was very bad luck. I'm gonna see if we can talk to Seka about it.
Treat kind of glances over at you and he says, "Good luck. She doesn't
I
part
mean,
with full plate easy.
I wouldn't be asking for free.
Then you might get somewhere. Stoic kind of glances over at you between the twinge of pain with a grateful smile, and he says, I believe, we make a good team, whatever it is. After this, we should try and keep that going, huh?
Yeah. It was it was good having you at my back, and
Next to you, Callie says, I think we all should stick together, huh?
I think it worked really well.
Sabratha, who's like across from Callie and also is being tended to, she kind of looks at you, Milos, and she says, I admit I wasn't sure what to think of you as a leader at first, but you proved quite capable. So, I'd follow, if you'll have me.
I appreciate that.
You're no dragon, but maybe you have the heart of one in there.
I think I'm made of donor stuff. Sorry, that was terrible.
Like, your party just kind of looks confused. And then Callie
Milos
says...
is laughing at his own terrible joke.
Yeah, they don't even know, like... Callie's like, was that because you have a...
Yeah, never mind. Sorry, it's been a day.
Well, the jokes can stay aside, that's for sure, but I'd definitely stick along anyway, otherwise.
I appreciate that too.
Uh...
Callie, you packed some very hard wallops today.
Of course I did. What did you expect?
Well, that's what I expected, but I can still tell you about it.
Well, I'm glad I could own up to the expectation. And she, like, folds her arms and smiles. And then winces, because she's also in pain.
Yeah.
And so...
That's funny, I feel like I could sleep for a week, really.
Oh, nice of you to mention that. They're saying that we have a few days off.
Oh,
And
bless.
almost on that note, as Callie says that, Persh enters the Merry Guard. And he kind of like steps up to the big stage where normally minstrels and bards are playing, and he stands up and he says, Merry Guard contractors, students, and likewise, I'd like to congratulate you all on a well-fought fall festival. While the victor happened to be pre-record training, you students all did remarkably well, and we are proud to call each of you trainees of the Merigard Academy. That being said, as a reward for your efforts, the Merigard Academy is officially closing training for the next week. Partly to recoup our costs, but mostly as a vacation, both to you and all of our instructors. If you choose to train anyway, well, that's on you. But classes will be suspended for the next week. So, enjoy your time off, recover from your injuries, and I'll see you in a week's time. And then Persh just kind of tips his, like, he taps his head in like a salute gesture. And there is a moment of confusion before everyone sounds pretty cheerful.
Yeah, just start cheering.
Yeah.
Woo! Vacation!
And as that happens, that's the wrong sound again. Goodness gracious. I'm a mess. Okay. Please. It doesn't normally give me this much of a hard time. Okay. Well, as that happens, and as you and your party are all kind of like bemusedly talking about what just happened, what is it that Milos would like to do? Aside from go to sleep.
He would like to go to sleep. He'd also like to, take a bath. But before any of that, since we are having a party, definitely have a drink. Get some food.
Mm-hmm.
Because he hasn't eaten since the
the Rice Krispies. I mean
Yes.
the you know what I meant.
The rice cakes. Yeah.
The rice cakes. Order some fucking just appetizers for the table because everybody is hungry.
Oh yeah.
Um,
Everybody's
and
happy to stuff themselves on the Merigard Tavern's finest foods as cooked up by the kitchen.
to start just chowing down. He is sort of just like checking, like looking around to see who all is here in this pub. Looking for the other students, looking for the ones that he knows.
They're all here. Every student is here. The Merigard is currently crammed. If you are looking for a specific student, you can find them.
He was looking specifically for Tanis and for my brain is being stupid. Sorry.
I can help you narrow it down if you need.
I just lost her name, despite the fact that she's like.
Dado?
Yeah, I totally lost Dado's name. My brain is like completely. My brain wanted to say Dilo, and I know that's a goddess, so that was not right.
Yes.
And so I was like, "That's wrong, brain. What are you doing?"
Yeah, at one of the other tables, you see Tanis is drinking a glass of wine. She's leaning back and listening to the rest of her team as they laugh and talk to each other. I'll place her. She's not actually dead. There we go. And you can see Dado, who is very animatedly speaking with a group of other students at another table. So you can approach either or both.
Milos is gonna go talk to Tanis. He just tells the others, "I'll be back."
Okay. As you approach, Tanis...
He takes his ale with him.
Sure.
So he's like not gonna fall. He looks slightly like somebody who's gonna fall over. Like he's not drunk. Like he hasn't had enough to drink to be drunk, but he's really tired. So the fact that he's carrying ale and like he's just at that stage of tired where you're a little goofy.
Sure.
Which you could probably tell from his jokes. But that's just sort of where he's at.
Tanis would spot you as you're approaching, and she'll set the wine glass down on the table. And just kind of lean back and say, Master Warlock, how can I help you?
I wanted to say hello. See how you were doing?
I've had a long day.
That's going around.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My team did not do quite as well as yours, it appears, but we did all right. Would you like a seat? You look like you could use one.
Milos kind of swings down into the seat and like plonks the ale down.
So, you nearly won.
Well, I guess. We came close.
She holds her wine glass up as like for you to tink it with your ale.
Yeah, he'll toast. He'll toast.
Well done.
Milos will knock his drink back and then go, quite hazardous out there.
No jokes about that. Yes. Some of those creatures were not messing around.
Not at all. I thought I was going to die at least once.
I watched a few people die at least once.
Ugh. Scary.
They're fine. And she gestures, and you see the green dragonborn across the table from her just wave. Saskia, our druid, she took a few pummels from Ulrich too many.
Oh. Yeah, I saw him at the end there. Just wild. Bam. We managed to avoid that.
Not to be underestimated.
Mostly by hiding.
We perhaps should have done the same. I made some new trinkets and I wanted to try them out, and they were noisy, unfortunately.
Oh, I hear that. We made some noise a couple of times that we live to regret. Just skin of our teeth, really.
Yes.
But yeah, he took a lot of people out, I think.
Yeah, he certainly did. He was not the direct cause of our loss, but was pretty close to it. So, and you see that she kind of winces a little and drinks a larger gulp of the wine.
For a moment, I thought I was going to get taken out by the rust monsters.
Really?
Yeah, they that's where my armor went. They got all of Stoic, so I gave it to him.
Oh. He was
was
wearing
rough.
full plate, wasn't he? I'm sure
They-
they were very pleased about that.
They really enjoyed it. I'm gonna talk to Seka and see if I can help.
She kind of chuckles and she says, "Good luck. She can be
Well-
a bit of a tough cookie."
I've worked with her before. She's good.
So what's next for you, Master Milos?
I guess. I guess what's next? I mean, aside from a week off,
Mm-hmm.
I guess what's next is I kind of liked that. I think what's next? I wanna. It feels like. Have you ever gone home to some place you've never been before?
She kind of smirks and leans against the arm of her chair, and she says, "Every day I visit Widget."
Yeah. I like looking out for people.
I think that's a quality trait, Milos, and the sort of thing one would want in that teammate.
Well, I want to make sure that I'm learning so that I have the tools to do that properly, but I liked that.
She
So
nods
I think that's
along
what's
with you.
next.
Fascinating.
You know, you and I were in a bit of a sticky situation, and I didn't like that
I remember
because it was
vividly, yes.
because it was my fault, and
Hmm.
maybe I got us out of it, or we got us out of it again. But and I didn't. I was afraid to put you into a situation where you had to rely on me. Even if you were willing, I didn't want to ask you to join my team. Because it was my fault that we were in that mess. But I think maybe I wouldn't be so bad at it. And so maybe next time I'll ask you to join my team again. We could work together.
I would welcome the invitation.
Anyway, I mostly just wanted to say hello.
Well, hello.
And I'll let you get back to your team, but
Oh, I'm leaving shortly. I require so many baths.
yeah, me too. But that's fair.
Maybe I'll see you there.
Well, maybe. We'll see. But
She smirks and tips the wine glass at you.
thanks.
Well done,
And-
Milos.
Thanks. And Milos gets up again and he kind of and sort of meanders on.
Okay.
He does want to talk to Dato too.
Dato is, as I said, she's currently...
Yeah.
She is by a bunch of other students, but when she sees you approaching, she just kind of waves and smiles.
Milos grins and waves back. And moseys the rest of the way in her direction.
When you're approaching, in common, she says, "Hello."
Hello.
I practice. Better.
Yeah. You're doing great.
And then in Dwarvish, she says, "I'm still not very good at it yet, but yeah, I'm getting better."
He switches to the Ignin that he's been working on, and he says, "Better than me."
In Ignan, she says very quickly, "Oh, that's excellent."
Trying. He thinks about it for a second. He can't think of another. He can't. He was gonna come up with another word, and he's totally lost it. And he just says, "Trying" a third time, and then he switches to Dwarvish, and he says,
She nods and smiles.
"It's a work in progress."
I get it. It's hard learning a new language.
It is. How did it go? How are you feeling?
I had so much fun. I had
Yeah.
so much fun. It was like wrestling with cousins, but everyone was so serious about it.
Very serious. Milos laughs when he thinks about it. He laughs again, and he's like, "Oh,
No, I had a great time.
I'm glad we got kicked around,
Oh, we did too.
but
There were
hold true."
there were some big fellas out there. That
Oh yeah.
I don't know. Nore called it a minotaur. It was this enormous bull man with a huge axe. Oh, he cleaned my clock real quick.
Oh, we hid from that guy. Well, no, we ran away. We ran away from that guy. We hid from the other big guy, but we ran away from the Minotaur.
Also, the rogue instructor, he was playing pranks on us the whole time. We could not get away from him. Every time he would just appear, and one of us would be unconscious.
We got so lucky. We spied him and my team managed to get a spell off and hold him still for long enough to get his token.
Oh, you're so clever. You're so
It was-
clever, Milos.
It was luck. It's pure luck that we spotted him before he could do us.
You can say that, but you got it.
We did get
So,
it.
We did not. And we saw him many times. Maybe for brief moments, but it was always rough, very rough.
He was scary. There were a lot of scary competition out there.
She just kind of like rubs her hands together and she shakes her head, which is kind of a gesture you've seen her do a lot, and you don't really know what it means. But she says, "I am pleased that you made it so far. When I saw your team, I didn't know what to think of everyone else, but I saw you on it, and I knew that at least you would make the right choices, right?"
I tried.
Well, you did by me,
tried.
so good enough for
We
me.
tried. Did you have to fight a lot of the weird vegetable things?
She kind of furrows her brow and she says, "No."
There were so many weird vegetable things.
She kind of
Ow.
furrows her brow and she says, "We fought many of the panthers that exploded.
What? Exploding what?
Large cats that, when you took them down, it looked like they were a normal cat, but then they would blow up in like a blue fireball. And I learned
Did
that
not
the
have-
hard way the first time because I got
Ow.
really close, and then I woke up and they told me what happened."
Ow. I didn't know that was a thing.
You didn't see any of them?
I don't think we fought any cats. Couple of weird snakes.
I saw one of them, the little,
Yeah.
the metal snakes that made you do weird
Yeah.
things.
Yes. Very disconcerting snakes. And
Well- While you were fighting all the vegetables, I fought all the panthers.
yeah, I think that you got the worst end of that deal.
Well, if you kept your distance, they weren't so hard. It's just that first time, it was a learning experience. I learned I'm a little hard-headed, she says as she taps her head.
Milos laughs and he goes, "You know, at the end there, I thought we were done for because we got swarmed by these Drake things. Just skin of our teeth, you know, getting out." And
I watched that happen.
yeah,
Yeah.
I didn't know what the I mean when it festival ended, everybody's like running out onto the park, and we were like, "What the fuck is happening?"
Oh,
I
they
guess-
had these glass screens that you could watch the festival. They're all over the place. We were watching.
Well, how did they know who to watch? Or
it would jump through different people.
oh, weird.
It seemed like it was trying to focus on the most interesting things. It was sometimes very annoying because I saw this drake, as you said, looked like a lizard dragon, jumped on your head, and then it switched over to a soldier get bopped by Ulrich's hammer. So I wanted to see what happened to you and your team, but it wasn't watching anymore.
Oh, well, we made it. It was a bit rough, but we got out of that.
I had fun.
Yeah, it was exhausting, and it was long, and it was scary, but it was really good. I'm glad we did it. I'm glad.
I did not think I was going to do it at first, but Mrs. Dorn said I could totally pull it off, so I had fun. It was worth it.
I'm glad you got to.
We did not get very far, but
Eh,
it was still fun.
I'm glad you had a good time.
She nods.
And there's always next time, right?
Next time, I'm going to be one of those big, scary soldiers with all the powerful items and just make everyone else run away
Yeah.
in fear.
Yeah. One of those groups of contractors that.
Did you see
Is
it?
every-
There was, he was a musician walking around and was helping people. Did you see him? A tiefling? Carver said?
No.
Well, he didn't help everybody, but I did see him.
That's funny. I didn't see anything like that.
Outrageous. Perhaps you would have been a little better off if you'd crossed paths with this Mr. I think he calls himself Singh? If you see him.
Yeah.
As you said, always next year.
Yeah. I gotta see if Glass will sell more of those, the rice puffs. Did you get any of those?
She blinks and she says, "No."
All right. You and I will go back to the Griffin's bag and we'll ask him about his dessert.
She smiles very wide and she says, "It's a plan."
Great.
Is there anything else that you do?
No, I think once he finishes shooting the shit with Dato, I think that he's gonna go check in with the team and then stagger off to bed.
Okay. Then as your fall festival winds to an end and you get yourself cleaned up, eaten,
Yeah.
and get
He
yourself
really,
healed.
really wants a bath.
Yeah,
But,
for good reason.
and sleeping, obviously.
Yes. But that, as your fall festival comes to an end, to some success, some failure, and a whole lot of new experiences, Milos, that is where we will end the session tonight. So, thank you for playing with me. I hope you enjoy the fall festival as a whole, and I hope you had a good time. To those of you who are at home listening, we love you. Hi, Pen.
Hi, Pat.
And I hope you all have a good night.